All right, here we are. Bob has got the plenum welded, and he's going to go over the plenums with us so we can understand it better. I'm still learning myself, so tell us what we got going on here.
Well, this piece we were working on earlier in the day, it's close to being done. We got the exterior hand formed. We still have to show polish it, but it's getting there. We were showing you earlier just how much larger we were going to make this unit, and as you can see, there it is.
Wow.
It's fitting the gasket perfectly right now, you know, opposed to this.
And these
one
are
here.
AccuFab plenums?
This is an AccuFab plenum here.
Okay.
One thing about, you know, enlarging the gasket area, it's not just about that. What you have to consider is the actual inside area. What we're trying to do is control the contraction and expansion rates. And where we do that is really critical. We got templates, you know, when we're cutting these out. We want to make sure that our contraction rate is where we need it to be, not only to accelerate the air, but to direct the air where we want it to go once it enters the blower. So by doing that, you know, we can keep the fast air on the boundary layer and put it right where it needs to be.
Awesome.
Now, that's a little bit of insight on that. Now, on these terminators, what we do there is we'll take this unit here, and you always hear, well, you know, I got a welded plenum. I got a welded plenum from Stigmeyer. But where are we welding it at? Well, see this big divot here? Got a big divot here, we got a low spot here, and then we got a small divot here. What we'll do is basically what we did here. We'll go in there, we'll clean this paint off, we'll build up the weld, we'll hand finish it, we'll paint it, and what you end up with is here's one that's done. So, you know, it looks factory, but there's no divots and
holy crap,
filled in like that. So once we do that, that's going to allow me to get in there, you know, not only on the exit, but through the whole unit, you know, get the whole thing cleaned out, and then get the shape correct, and also the contraction area where it needs to be.
Let me show these guys with the camera real quick, because this is nuts. This is kind of the first time I've been looking at this, but so here is the stock unit, and you can see that it's got a bunch of divots and stuff on it like that, there and there. So he welds these up. Actually the paint is custom to match this, and now look at it. So you can clearly see they really made a huge difference in that thing. So
also, Kyle, like, I really like the BBKs on these cars. They're very large, they flow a lot of air, and when I do that, I got to really enlarge the butterfly opening, you know, here. And we also, when I do that, I can do this in a Plus series where I actually weld the inside corner just like the AccuFab on this standard unit. So it is a lot of work to go that route. But that BBK, you can always get more airflow through a dual Venturi versus one. Even though, like the AccuFab, it's a really nice clean unit. You can see, wow, it's really big. But let's look at this. This is a factory Terminator throttle body. Believe it or not, when this is done into a Series 2, let's show them that, Kyle.
Okay.
Let's grab one of them stockers and can you get it in the camera?
Yeah,
or just show them?
Yeah.
You need me to hold that? Kurt's got that spring wound tight.
Oh, right on. So that's the Series 2, and then you trick out the throttle shafts and port that. And here's the stocker.
Let's see if we can show it together. Let's see if it's possible to show this. You know, if they can get, you know, a view of this, and then show them a view of, you know, a straight shot. Open it up all the way.
This way?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Right on.
You know, kind of versus that.
Awesome.
But we can achieve numbers with that Series 2 right at the flow rate of this single. But when you got two Venturis speeding up the air, unrestricted, it's pretty amazing what you can do.
Awesome. So what we're saying is that one of these can flow with this? or outflow this?
Correct. Very close.
Very close. So
I would say within 2 horsepower.
Within 2 horsepower.
Within 2.
So we're gonna have
Within
what
1 or 2
I'm gonna
horsepower.
probably have you do is we're gonna do a video for these guys so they can see the mono blade in your Series 2, and we should put those on the flow bench maybe next week.
Right. Well, we do got a chart with all the
Because it's
throttle
kind of, I
bodies.
mean, I'm not an airflow expert, but that looks like a pretty big hole, and you know, compared to these, but he's done some ninja stuff to it, so we'll throw it on the flow bench and make
Right.
sure.
And we did all the throttle bodies, so it is pretty interesting, you know, to see all the different CFMs, the different makes, and how they operate. What we find out with these blown motors is you do get to a point on CFM with the throttle body to where a bigger one isn't adding any more power.
Okay. They
You
might
know.
flow more air on the bench, but they don't add any power at the end.
Correct. So, you know, you need a sufficient amount for what you're doing, but once you override that, we don't see
What's the
big gains.
CFM probably for the?
Well, like on the GT500, we did a lot of testing with that. 1250 CFM. After that, we really wasn't recording much more. It was very minimal.
Okay.
And once you do that, you kind of lose your balance. You know, this is all about getting these parts married together and getting a good airflow balance. You know, the airflow in and airflow out.
So we want to hit on these at all, or?
Well, that is a
GT500?
GT500.
Right.
And I don't know if not too many people have seen that, people that bought it, but this is something that took a lot of time to develop. It looks simple. I call it the teardrop shape.
Right.
And that's for the GT500. We go from a rubber gasket, and actually this is welded, so this is smooth.
Right.
Kurt just glues them gaskets on for the customers.
Okay.
But that was a shape that was really effective with the GT500, and that does make 15 horse and 15 rear wheel horsepower.
And that's also welded.
That's also welded. I mean, you never know it, but you see this corner here,
Right.
and then it's filed and repainted and such. But that took a long time to develop. That also works with a TVS blower.
Awesome. Well,
and that's pretty nice.
I guess that's about it for the Plenums. If you guys got any questions or whatever, you can call us directly at the shop, or you can PM me or just post in the thread here. Thanks.